pretty much waited for them to punch us. And then, I mean, in halftime, we came out fighting and stuff like that, but we can't wait that long. We got to be ready as soon as the freaking kickoff start, and that's what we got to do. We can't come out flat and then something to make us mad, and now everybody want to start playing hard. It take a lot. Can't wait for somebody to hit us, then start playing hard.
Kareem Hunt, who came from a Chiefs organization that knows a thing or two about winning, learning that the Browns still have a lot to learn when it comes to being ready for an inferior opponent. This was the Cardinals team that had lost 6 games in a row, and the Browns got caught flat-footed early. Next thing you know, it's too late for them to do anything about it. And what happened after the game, Chris, this comes from Michael Silver of NFL Media. Multiple players were yelling toward the Cardinals sideline, "Come get me." One of them was receiver Jarvis Landry. Now, I don't know whether this was kind of like a weird reference to the Odell Beckham Jr. "come get me" report from a week or two ago, or whether they would rather play for the Cardinals than the Browns, but not a good look for a Browns team that has woefully underachieved this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good look, and especially when you hear the name Jarvis Landry involved in the report, where you also look and we know, and I saw this happen live, where Jarvis Landry and Freddie Kitchens got into a little bit of an argument on the sidelines after a series coming off the field. So it's not a good look. I mean, 2 things there. Just to hear that, hey, come get me, again, and is it 2 guys? I don't know. What are they yelling? We're not sure here. But just from what we're, kind of inferring, it's a little scary, especially with the Cardinals, who, it's the Cardinals. So let's remember, they're not exactly like a team we're going, they're going to be in the Super Bowl conversation next year. And then, whenever an owner or a GM hears we're not ready to play, we can't wait to the second half, that just doesn't sound right. And then, of course, that's going to get blamed on the head coach. And Kareem Hunt, coming from a guy like Andy Reid, right, where they always come out hot and ready to punch you in the mouth, he's going like, wait, what? This isn't right. So it's not a good look for the Browns right now and Freddie Kitchens.
The more I think about it, the more I am convinced that the Sunday Splash report from NFL Network about Freddie Kitchens' job status, which was so equivocal and so ambiguous.
Right.
I think Kitchens is nervous. I think Kitchens sought some sort of an assurance, and that's the most the Browns could do. And I think right now,
you might be right, Mike.
We don't have to fast forward very far.
Yeah.
We're just 12 days away from it because, it no longer happens on Monday. It happens on Sunday. Black Monday isn't a thing anymore. It's like what Black Friday became when all the stores open on Thursday.
Yeah.
We're going to know most of the guys who are out on Sunday. And I'm not going to be surprised if Freddie Kitchens is one of them. Chris, I don't think this weekend goes well for the Browns when the Ravens come to town, because that's one of the only blemishes on Baltimore's schedule this year. And John Harbaugh and company are going to want to make that one right, and that means it's going to go very wrong for the Browns.
Yeah, well, that's right. And, again, Baltimore doesn't want to flirt with danger here. They want to make sure they got the number 1 seed locked up and roll into the playoffs. And I'm like, hey, I think Freddie Kitchens will get fired when the season's over. And again, I want to say this carefully because I think Freddie Kitchens has a chance to be a good head coach in the future. I just think he was unprepared this time around. He needs to go back, be an offensive coordinator, kind of dabble and get his mind into, what would I do if I was a head coach? All the things we talked about that he really didn't get to prepare himself for, I think are really the issues that have arose as the year has gone on. And, I think ultimately with that team and the personalities, that maybe a guy like Mike McCarthy is the right type of guy to get in there in Cleveland. A guy that's been there, done that, can crack the whip a little bit. The one thing you could say about the Green Bay Packers all those years, they were tough. They were pretty good in situational football. They always had a plan of attack. I didn't always love their offensive plan of attack and what they did creativity-wise, but you knew they were going to be prepared and tough and ready to play, and that's what they need a little bit in Cleveland.
I think Ron Rivera is the guy that they really need to consider. I just could see him getting through to those players. He kept Cam Newton between the buoys.
He did,
right?
100%.
Because you could tell that Cam Newton, if depending upon who the coach is, that relationship could have gone haywire, and it was never an issue. He always got the most out of Cam Newton. I think Baker Mayfield would benefit from someone like that because Baker Mayfield is not currently between the buoys.
No.
And he needs a coach who's going to keep him in that path and on that track to being the best quarterback he can be.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights. From NBC Sports.